So yesterday, Andrew Ng, the founder of deep learning AI and the ex-Google evangelist, wrote a very interesting think piece in the Financial Times. According to him, this whole AI Jobocalypse scenario, AI is gonna take all our jobs, is vastly overplayed simply because of a couple of reasons. Firstly, the frontier labs make their AI look much more powerful than they are, and that's a marketing strategy. Secondly, a lot of CEOs have been using AI as an excuse for layoff, especially in digital companies that were overhiring during COVID. And these are the people who talk to each other on platforms like LinkedIn, so it creates a media echo chamber. But in reality, if you look at the unemployment rate, it has been quite flat. In US, I think 4.5%, and in EU by Eurostat data somewhere around 6%. There will be change for sure and short-term displacement, and that's not where exactly where people expect. So most of you who are viewing this probably use Claude or GPT mostly for chatting or maybe for automation of minor tasks that are, let's say, end user level. However, the biggest benefit of AI is coming at the middle operational level, and this is where it kind of connects to your doctor. Now, I'm sure if you have one doctor or multiple, or you have been to a hospital recently, you have noticed one thing. Most of the doctors that you meet are probably above 45, 50, middle aged, or somewhere close to retirement in the next half a decade to a decade. Now, the challenge that we face in healthcare is that almost 40% doctors, especially in Europe, are retirement age, and there is simply not enough skilled labor to replace them that fast. Okay, we simply do not have that many healthcare workers, especially where the population, you and me, are aging ourselves. So, what does it mean? It means that in healthcare, you will need vastly more AI, not like a ChatGPT or a Claude that works at the end user standpoint, automating sales, marketing, and all the silly stuff you see on LinkedIn, but vastly in the middle operations of a hospital, in clinical trial data management and things like that. And I see that almost every day because a large part of my work, we work in AI data privacy. We work with healthcare companies, and these companies simply do not have enough people to modernize as fast as needed. And this is not only true for healthcare, it is also true for a lot of other skilled profession, be it in legal, be it in education, be it in critical energy management. There is going to be a lot of AI used in day-to-day operations. So one keyword that's been doing the rounds recently, and you may want to look it up, it's called AI ops. And I think as work gets services gets more and more AI native, the AI ops is not only going to be helping us, it is going to be frankly partly our savior, because given the fact that a lot of our skilled labor will be retiring, and we simply do not have, because of demographic decline and other reasons, enough young people at the entry level. So the replacement gap is almost 20% for healthcare and 10 to 15% for other fields. AI ops is going to be our savior. So forget being a doomer about AI replacing our jobs. I am actually quite optimistic about it. However, of course, there are short-term changes, and in countries like Luxembourg, where I live, the economy is extremely dependent on these middle management, analyst, compliance jobs, which drive up to 70% of the GDP. And a lot of my friends, thinkers, are already posting about it. These jobs will definitely change. In short term, may even go away. So there is short-term risk, but if we can navigate successfully, it can lead to long-term prosperity. And I think that's where smaller city-states, countries like Luxembourg, Singapore, or if you look at Abu Dhabi now, can become a role model, pioneer, a center of excellence. Singapore and Abu Dhabi have invested massively in AI investments for building AI application layer services, world-class companies from their ecosystem. And I think other countries in Europe, especially say Luxembourg or the other smaller ones, whether Liechtenstein, Andorra, instead of that whole tax haven brand that they had developed earlier, can now focus on AI center of excellence. That's an opportunity that we should definitely take into consideration.